what the fuck?
Oh, I'm just
you.
thinking about how tomorrow's Ben Daniel Friday.
God damn it.
Ever since we brought
All
up
right,
the
we're
topic
back,
of Ben
Seer.
Daniel. Oh, what?
You're back.
Oh, okay.
You're the only one alive.
Ah!
I don't even know what I'm doing out here. This scarecrow is kind of thick. This scarecrow looks like a DreamWorks mom. Little prankster. He was having a giggle. Oh my god! Ugh. You know who else is having a giggle? Oh, I don't want to use that. Oh shit.
Are you good?
I just... Set a fire for no reason! Ah!
Are you good?
I just set the building on fire!
Are you, like, in a battle?
Don't talk to me or my son ever again.
This is what our character is gonna be like too.
You're right.
Fucking tiny.
Alright, I'm giving up on pre-stream clips. Clip reel? Broken. Terrible. Can't do it. Giving up. We'll try something different next time. I wonder why. I wonder what is overloading it so badly. Because it's just a browser source. Right? So what? What the heck's going on? Cute! Anyway, hello, good morning. I'm playing Honkai. Hit me, do it. Enthusiastic man. Chavez. Young person, look over here. Just 2 minutes of your time can save you from future losses. Has a sneaky kid with dark blue hair ever come up to talk to you? Ew. Isn't that Sampo? Sampo? Sampo, you've been scammed! That's just an alias. That means you're a victim of the dark blue scam. Take my advice. That guy is a serial scammer. Don't believe anything he says. Here, take this. This is a tutorial on preventing scams written by the Dark Blue Scam Victims Association. Read it carefully if you have any questions. And if you have any questions, come to me. Can I ask a question? Go ahead. It is our responsibility to help prevent the public from being scammed. The Dark Blue Scam Victims Association? That's right. The members of the association are all former victims. We are united to share what we have learned and help the public by raising awareness. The guide goes over case studies of those who were scammed by the blue-haired swindler. It is evidence of his evil crimes, a painful lesson that we predecessors suffered. How were you scammed? The first time I met the guy, he asked if I wanted a parallel universe printer. Well, I asked him how the printer works, and he immediately started rambling on a bunch of smorgasbord about science stuff. I was almost caught up in it. Terms like parallel universe, eons, and parity anomaly. Swindlers love to use these words related to the universe and eons to scam people. Parity?
Parity.
But like with a T? The state or condition of being equal, especially regarding status or pay. Oh. Parity. Parity anomaly. Man, dude's just saying words. I didn't believe him until he used it to print money. He made 2 bills with the exact same serial number. Did the printer work? Of course not. Otherwise, why do you think I would have joined the association? Sometime later, after the counterfeiting scam, I bumped into that same blue-haired guy again in an alley in the commercial district. I should have had the Silvermane guards arrest him, but I was so angry and I needed an explanation. Instead, he asked me with a straight face, "Were you staring at the printer?" He accused me of not reading the manual and wasting such a genius invention. He even offered to refund the full payment so that he could find another buyer for the parallel universe printer. He also said, if the operator keeps staring at the printer, the parallel universe transmission can't happen. The only way to avoid interfering with the transmission process is to observe it with the help of an ether lens. So you bought an ether lens. Doesn't that sound reasonable? So I was tricked again by his apparent sincerity. Now I know that 9 out of 10 people who try to associate their products with any kind of parallel universe theory are scammers. Parallel universes actually exist. Ha, are you kidding me? Do you really expect me to believe that? Or are you working with the blue-haired guy? Get out. If you don't leave, I'll have the Silvermane guards come and arrest you. Well, he gave me the anti-fraud guide. Oh wait, I can access the databank whenever I want. Wow. Good. Anti-fraud guide. Edited version. A scam prevention guide put together by the Dark Blue Scam Victims Association. Hi, kitty. I popped in the strangest conversation. Yeah, this game is full of quirky people. More and more residents have suffered financial and emotional damage from the Dark Blue Scam, and the Silvermane guards alone cannot capture the mastermind behind the scam. That is why the various victims of the Dark Blue Scam have come together to form the Dark Blue Scam Victim Association. We have produced this guide and collected the usual lies and classic cases of such scams. All citizens, please read this carefully and remember it well to protect our sacred private properties from being ravaged. Parallel universe. The most common concept that the scammers try to sell. There are already 73 types of sub-scams reported to the city, including, but not limited to, parallel universe printers, parallel universe containers, parallel universe ingredient bags, parallel universe remote controls, and many other items used in daily life. The scammers often customize the pitch and are very hard to detect. Please also be careful when purchasing items related to parallel universes in secondhand shops. It is best if you immediately report the incident to the Silvermane guards and record any monetary losses. Please avoid going alone to confront the scammers. Stop your investment on time and prevent chain scamming. The guide warns all Belobog citizens that no shield grows out of the snow. Wealth must be gained with your own industrial two hands. This feels like an email I would receive at work. Being like, keep an eye out for phishing scams. Here's how to spot them. Perpetual Machine. A scamming case study provided by a victim, Molly. The scammer used a preset mechanism to construct a seemingly never-stopping gear wheel, but the victim realized once she was home that it needed to be manually winded up. According to more recent victim reports, there are now sub-scams, such as the water spinning wheel, 4-pendulum clock, and circling wheel. The guide warns all engineers and technical staff to firmly remember the basic laws of the objective world and not to superstitiously believe in fantasies. Do not go after big personal achievements and fall into the trap of the scammer. The Omnipotent Key. A scam case study provided by a victim, Nick. The scammer used modeling clay and precision key mold to demonstrate to the victim how to replicate the key for various mechanical cogwheel locks, and encouraged the victim to conduct activities that would hurt Belobog's financial security. Nick was caught in the act by the Silvermane guards when he was replicating keys outside of the south gate of the Belobog Chamber of Commerce, and is now jailed in the 3rd Belobog prison. The guide would like to warn all citizens not to lose your future due to a moment of greed. Avoid parallel universe phishing. But the email came from me in another universe. Why would I scam myself? Android Puppets. A scam case study provided by a victim, Manya. The scammer used a wooden puppet and android face mask to make a substitute puppet according to the victim's specification. However, the drive installed had too much energy reserve, and the puppet did many things that did not fit with the victim's normal behavior, such as working overtime at the town hall till dawn. The victim indicated that she suffered great humiliation, and her intrinsic motivation towards life was shattered. The guide would like to remind all citizens to achieve a good work-life balance and not to go down a path where you can be manipulated by scammers. Intracranial Theater. A scam case study provided by a victim, Vasca. That name sounds familiar. Is that the bookstore owner? Yeah, that's the girl we just talked to who I think owns the bookstore. The scammer used 2 mini in-ear music boxes to store the audiobook of The Tale of the Winterlands, as the victim had requested. However, according to the victim, the latter half of the recording was edited and recited by the scammer, with the entire cast dying and dealing indelible emotional damage to the victim. Wait, hold on. Indelible?
Indelible.
Of ink or pen, making marks that cannot be removed. Indelible. Dealing indelible emotional damage. The guide would like to remind all citizens to embrace reality and do not lose yourself in dreams of virtual worlds, and definitely do not imagine yourself living in such stories. The other detailed cases are all collected in the Dark Blue Scam Case Pamphlet. Buy it in combination with the Dark Blue Scam Anti-Fraud Guide will only cost you... Wait a second. Hold on. Is the Anti-Fraud Guide an intricate scam in itself? Buying it will only cost you $12.50 shield, together with a voucher to purchase a complete dissection of the Dark Blue Scams, edited version at 30% off. Edited for a collector's edition by the Dark Blue Scam Victim Association. The anti-scam effort needs your support. Oh my god. I hope that Sampo is secretly running like an MLM designed to protect people from his scams. God, look at this character, is so cute. The blue hair of the NPCs in this game, so cute. That's me. That's me right there.
Careful now. Don't get your clothes wet.
A fountain in the plaza is shooting out cool, tepid water. You can see through the ripples that the bottom of the fountain has metal coins strewn about. It looks like the locals use this as a kind of wishing pool. Count how much money there is. You're so bored that you decide to count the money on the floor of the fountain. And bored is putting it lightly. There are loads of weird stuff floating down there, and there are more coins than can be counted. You'll need a more scientific method. What? Use scientific notation. It's not that scientific notation is scientific per se. You understand this, but still decide to give yourself a little challenge. Just like that, the numbers tumble through your brain with their limitless, profound meaning. In the end, you reach the final count. 145 coins. Is this number pertinent? Perhaps. You write it down. But then again, the number might change later on. What? If I toss a coin in, will that number change? You pull out a local coin and make a wish as it flips through the air. Afterwards, the coin sinks down into the water, becoming just another unremarkable reflection among the others. You patiently wait for your wish to come true, when you hear a loud shout from behind. It turns out that you're not allowed to toss coins here. You hurriedly turn to walk away, with no time left to wonder if your wish came true. Okay, I'm gonna count using... I'll count in 5s. You break things down in groups of 5. This trick works great at first, but over time your eyes get tired and your memory grows unreliable. In the end, you reach the final count, 155 coins. Okay, what about counting them all one by one? I'm gonna go through each of these. You understand that the simplest solution are often the most practical. As the waters fall, light refracts into your eyes until 3 superimposed images form before you. In the end, you reach the final count, 143. Try utilizing principles of computer graphics to count the coins. In a flash, you transform the entire fountain into a high-res image and save it to your memory. Next, you binarize these images in your mind and use morphology tech to begin your crazy calculation. In the end, you reach the final count, 194. Alright, just kidding, I'm gonna steal them all. Fish the treasure out of the fountain. Hang on, are you serious? This is a plaza in full view of the public. Take one big step back here. Even if nobody saw you, it's a public amenity. Wouldn't your conscience prevent you from doing this? Forget it, seeing as this is such a creative idea. Just go ahead and do it. But do so at your own risk. Wait, what? Oh my god, you can do bad things so long as you've done a good thing? Is this what Sam was talking about? I mean, I've got 2. It begs saying that this fountain really does have everything in it, just like the ancient treasure tombs of emperors gone by. Look, you somehow find amidst these ripples solid water. Makes sense to find it inside of a wishing well, I suppose. Solid water? The flavor text writers are having the time of their lives. I know! Like, they're going crazy with it. It's so fun. I'm guilty of like skipping a lot of flavor text in video games, but like this game makes me want to read all of it. Karmic Wheel. Let the higher existence that lives within our hearts sigh at you. Find a way to use up your praise of high morals. That is such a funny mechanic, because I got 2 high moral praises for helping a plant, and the game was like, good job, you did a good thing. And now I can use those to do bad stuff, basically. Some kind of fucked up karma system. The Kelly Gang. Excavate the treasure hidden in the Bellabog Administrative District's fountain. So wait, what did I get? Solid water? Synthesis material. Compound composed of hydrogen and oxygen, essential to support carbon-based life. Keeping it in the solid state makes it easy to carry. Isn't it just an ice cube? That's just an ice cube. How is there? This is stupid. Isn't it ice? No, no, no. Ice is ice. This is water, just in the solid state. Isn't that the definition of ice? This game is so silly.
Careful now. Don't get your clothes wet.
I feel like this game is making fun of me at all times.
Looks good.
Dominic, lecturer. Children of the Everwinter City, proud citizens of the preservation, hold your heads up high. Grind yet not against the mundane vulgarities of everyday discourse. Always remember, deep in your hearts, the teachings of the architects and the Supreme Guardian. He seems rather involved. Would you like to hear him finish his preaching? Yeah. Normal it is for you to have doubts in your hearts, because you look around yourselves, and you can't see the preservation anywhere. You cast your eyes hither, and thither, and nary do you see any evidence of the very existence of the preservation. And yet comes this very day. I shall resolve your doubts and let you feel the true grace of the preservation. Let you marvel at the almighty will of the architects. Yeah, I'll keep listening. The preservation is the embodiment of Qlipoth, and is with us all the time. It is the secret force that imperceptibly shapes our personalities, impacting all the important decisions that we make during our lives. The reason why you struggle so to find it is because the preservation's grace is integrated with the world we know, diffused throughout the air we breathe, refracted through the light we see. It has gently embraced us in its bosom since the very dawn of our existence. The admonishments of the Supreme Guardian remind us to never take the preservation's grace for granted. We must inherit the spirit of our architect ancestors, to persevere and survive in this world of ours, and to bravely defy any calamities we face. The Fragmentum and the Eternal Freeze, these are just bumps in the road on the path to carrying out the will of the preservation. Oh, brothers and sisters, stand together with thine architects and our Supreme Guardian. Follow in her footsteps, for victory is our destiny. Hear that? What an impassioned speech! Praise the architects, as his words have reinvigorated my lust for life. Is it really as great as you say? If you ask me, these architects just say the same empty rhetoric, day in and day out. And if you've got time for all this bluster, you've got time to help improve everyone's living conditions around here. The preservation! Oh, praise! I've been off for a big walk and come back. He's still going? Kids these days, they never shut up. Ooh. A child's letter. No, see, ice is cold. We forced water to become solid via temperature extraction. A child's letter. A letter left by a child, which appears to be addressed to another child. Marlet, I haven't seen you in a long time. I told my father I missed you, so he said I could write to you. As I wrote this letter, my father was reading over my shoulders. I didn't want him to, but he'd probably read it when he mails it for me. So, whatever. It's all your fault that I had a fever lately. I cried for the longest time when you moved away because I thought you'd forgotten me. So imagine my surprise when I received the cookies you sent me a few days ago. I couldn't stop thinking about you, so much so that I couldn't do well on a test. My father said it's just an excuse, but I really do believe that it was your fault. Same as this fever. My father said I could go visit you over the weekend, but we lived too far apart. He thought after some time, maybe several months, or the next Soulworm Festival, we would make new friends, and we'd gradually forget about each other. That's what's happened to him when he was younger. When I asked him about it, he looked away, and it was only then that I noticed his face had turned red. My mother was reading my letter just now, but now they're gone. I understand why my father is worried. You better send cookies to me every week, and I'll also write to you. If you think it is unfair, then you can write to me and I'll bake you some cookies. My parents are back now. My mother said it would be nice if we'd work in the same factory. That's where my parents met. Adults think they know everything. They think we want to get married, but our relationship isn't like that at all. They don't know anything about us. Right now, they're giggling to themselves. If I didn't have a fever, I'd write this letter in secret and mail it myself so they wouldn't be able to read it. I want to become a scientist, capable of creating the largest furnace this world has ever seen. That way, when we go out to the outer municipal district, we won't have to wear so many layers of clothing. Do you remember? When we went out there to play, I wore so many layers that I couldn't even put my arms down. We ended up not doing anything fun. When I invent that furnace, we'll play there again. So I probably won't go to work at the factory. I'm more interested in going into the research institute. If you want to come with me, you can be a scientist. I'll understand if you want to do something else, though. That's what makes me different from those adults. I'm a little sleepy as I'm still on medication today. That's all for now. My dad said he'll mail the letter for me later. Arna. Well, he didn't mail it. Can I mail it? Can I just drop it in a mailbox? That's kind of sad. Street lamp. You remember a punishment from an ancient world where those judged to have lost their virtue would be put up on street lamps, draped in black cloaks. Jesus Christ! Okay. Heater. The heater emits warmth. It is inconspicuous, but the people of the Union can't live without it.
How did you get a score this low?
Alright, that's my goal. I have to go there next. So I'm gonna quick see what else I can explore. Oh wait, I have multiple goals!
Have you heard of the Rightful Right Society?
She's cute. Molly. I'm so annoyed. What's wrong? I've got a lot on my mind. What, you've never seen someone express emotion before? Why are you yelling? Sorry, I shouldn't have lost my temper. You showed up at a bad time. I'm Molly, the executive consultant of Silvermane Guard's technology division. Who are you? I'm Emmy. That's an interesting title. Huh. Why am I commenting on people's names again? Sorry. Is there something important you wanted to see me about? I'm not in the mood for small talk. I wanted to ask you, what's bothering you? It's about the guards. I'm in no position to talk about it. They don't like me, and they're giving me a hard time. I don't know why they're like this. I'm just trying to do my job, that's it. Anyway, it was so depressing in the army, so I came out to get some fresh air. Are you always this grumpy? Me, grumpy? How can you tell? From every word that you just yelled? It's not like I'm on a
Have you heard
bad
of the
date or
Rightful
something.
Right Society?
This is just how I talk. Forget it. I assure you this is not how I normally am. What does a technical consultant do? My job is to coordinate engineering projects and monitor product quality. Oh, also, when there's a need to outsource a military project, I'll participate in the negotiations and assist in the selection of vendors. I've been so worn out at work lately. Who said that using your head to work is easier than physical labor? Why don't you just leave the garrison? What will people think of me if I leave because of this little setback? Forget it. I'll try to endure it. Maybe everything will be better soon. Good luck, Molly. I read in a magazine once that Belobog has a Rightful Right Society. The members of this Rightful Whatever Society help people skip work. Oh, no, I mean, they help people temporarily escape the bonds of family and duty. Does such an organization really exist? This Belobog really is one messed up place. Sounds kind of interesting. So how does one go about signing up? The magazine doesn't say. It just says that the editor is also very
Right
curious.
Society?
Then why do you bring it up? I knew it. Everything that comes out of your mouth is nonsense. Agnes, the food journalist. This sweet taste is like the first drop of water from the cracks of the ice when the river unfreezes after the Soulworm Festival. A bit of warmth amidst the bitter cold. What do you think? Doesn't this description give you an appetite? Maybe? You don't sound so convinced. I understand. You're saying no. Darn it. What's the point of being a food journalist if I can't use words to construct a sense of taste and utilize synesthesia? By the way, while I'm talking with you, I have another paragraph here. Let me read it to you. The rich sauces are like an invading army, completely overwhelming the crisp and fresh taste of the salmon. The gentle aroma of fish has no choice but to surrender in defeat. How's that feel? A little too wordy? Yeah, a lot of unnecessary details. I can't help myself. I used to be a literary journalist. Every day I was trying to add more adjectives to the sentence anywhere I could fit them. I wouldn't get my bonus if readers can easily deduce the subject. Predicate? Predicate? Predicate. The part of a sentence or clause containing a verb and stating something about the subject. For example, John went home. Went home is the predicate. Incredible. I wouldn't get my bonus if readers can easily deduce the subject, predicate, and object within 3 lines. But then a new girl came in and was better at filling in words than I was, so I made a career change. Have you read the cuisine section of the Crystal Daily? I'm the author of that section. Honestly, I don't want to include all that garish garbage in my writing anyway. I'm gonna put more work into honing my rhetorical skills. Well, enough about me. How can I help you? About writing. Why don't you try a more straightforward style of writing? It won't do. The paper has its requirements, and the chief editor has its own. Word count needs to hit quotas, that's for sure. We get paid to write words, after all. Other than that, the editor has made it clear that our paper is produced with the educated class in mind. Ideally, our average readership should consider exposure to our publication both a privilege and a chance to learn. That newbie is a natural for this. She can write 100 pages for what could have been described using a few words. Don't you admire her talent? Who wants to write an essay when it could be done with just 10 words? But when you write professionally, it becomes a useful skill. Nika was better at this. That's why I had no objections to giving my position to her. Be that as it may, I just can't force myself. I'm not made for this. Write some more and you'll get the hang of it. I've already bloated a 10,000 word interview script to 40,000. That's the best I can do. To think that the ways of great writers accrued through the ages are used by me to simply bloat word count. How pathetic. I said accrued. Accrued. I said it so confidently, too. About food. Any recommendations? Nope. I'm not mad at you. I'm simply stating facts. Belobog is not a huge place with a huge variety of food. The same ingredients are used for hundreds of years. Quite literally, every possible combination has been used at some point. But if you are not from around here, red sunset salmon might be worth trying. It's not exclusive to this place, I know, but you can only get the freshest salmon from the administrative district. Once you've tasted it, you'll remember it for the rest of your life. How many dishes have you tried? 4,000, if I'm being conservative. But to be honest, hundreds of these dishes are purely new combinations of old recipes. People in Belobog are masters when it comes to naming their food. We have names for dozens of body parts of fish. When you mix and match, you'll come up with new recipes in no time. I hope my long articles can be as clear as the explanation today. Ronald the storekeeper. What do you got for sale, bud? Welcome to the grocers. What can I help you with? Solid water. I could buy recipes when I am a higher level. Enhancement paste? Ice? What the heck? Quantum ripples. Language module. What do I use these for? Oh, I can buy a record. Order. A record that can be played on the Expressus phonograph. It might be a chance acquisition or a gift from someone else. All sorts of memories surge up when the music plays. The smiles, encounters, touches, and the excitement of battle. Maybe that is why people still collect records even as society rapidly advances. Like the tall walls blocking the blizzard, an order was created by the architects themselves. Boop! Basic ingredients. Is that a ramen cube? Basic ingredients. Ingredients that keep you fed, but taste less than ideal. Not particularly good, but keep you fed. Can I eat it? Is it good? What do I eat it with? Hi, Sam. Thank you for the lurk. Phlogiston. Synthesis material. Particles that form the flame. Genius Society number 2, Harold Punch, proved its existence, but number 3, Newell Eman, disproved it. Number 7, Bodon, overthrew Eman's conclusion and proved it again before getting killed by number 4, Polka Kakamond, days after announcing phlogiston's existence. Does it exist or not? We're not interested, frankly speaking. Metal. A substance abundant in planet's crust and the ocean. Very useful, very handy. I've been to a planet where the locals consume metals to get superpowers. Please don't do that at home, as most metals are not digestible by humans. Mechanical parts. Essential components of all machines with strange shapes and specific functions. Without them, nothing can be made. With the same parts, Screwlum can make entire planets and create cyborgs. But you can only make me a watch that runs 7 seconds late every day. 7 seconds is good enough. Just a hair later than the clocks they use in observatories. Core of ice. Shattered ice fallen from the stars. The frosty mist it emits when removed from a specialized canister look like the breath of wintertime. Zoom in on a snowflake 100 times and behold the wonders of nature. Meteoric alloy. Resilient meteoric iron sand. Its tenacity is far superior to solid boulders. Let's grab as much as we can. Klopoth will need them. I have no idea whether the Eon needs them or not. All I know is that the IPC will pay big bucks. Feather of flame. Warm, dark feather with a weak ember at its tip. Spark trails the feather as it's waved around. The legend of the Phoenix spreads far throughout the entire universe. Quantum ripple. Huh? Ripples in the sea of quanta. Although called ripples, they are in fact the most basic form of energy fluctuation. Time. There's so much time. All the time there is. I love all this made-up shit. I love, like, all these concepts being represented as, like, a physical item. Preservation construction material. Construction materials that seem to possess the power of the preservation. When mixed with water, it forms a paste. When exposed to air, it turns rock hard. Please do not use together with solid water. I regret to say the Intelligentsia Guild's research on the material used to build the subspace crystalline barrier by Amberlord still needs time to reveal its nature. I'm sure it's not cement. Am I right, Taravan? It's just cement. Language module. A chip for regulating language mastery, especially for standard issue Belabogian automaton. Made into a physical item and sold on the street. Yeah, you could just pick this shit up at a street vendor. What do we got here? Bellarine? What? Bellarine petroleum jelly. An advertisement for skincare found everywhere. Something Belobog residents are all familiar with. Bellarine petroleum jelly for extra protection. Bellarine petroleum jelly has always been your best partner when marching through the blizzard. Just one application can lock in moisture and even warmth. Usable by anyone, anywhere. Bellarine petroleum jelly, guardian of your skin moisture. Apply a thin layer of Bellarine petroleum jelly to form a protective layer on your skin and lock in moisture. This jelly is made with non-irritants, making it usable by almost everyone. It also contains low levels of mineral oil scents, suitable for even those with sensitive to alcohol and aromatic additives. Protector of your warmth. Petroleum jelly is effective at preventing the loss of body temperature, even bare skin exposed to the air. Our jelly can also be applied to preserve warmth for covered skin, providing a layer of insulation for your journey into the cold. Bellarine petroleum jelly, your doctor for small wounds. Bellarine petroleum jelly does not provide anti-inflammatory relief, but it still helps heal small wounds by insulating the wound from the air and germs, which allows your skin to heal faster without leaving any scars. Cold, dry air can cause nasal capillaries to rupture, but a thin layer of our jelly can be applied to the inside of the nose to prevent further bleeding. Bellarine petroleum jelly, your partner through wind and snow. In 376 AF, an overworld worker discovered the byproduct of burning geomarrow had a small... how to say this?
Analgesic.
Analgesic. Is that like aspirin? Oh, it just means a drug that relieves pain. Okay.
Analgesic.
Analgesic effect on burns and cuts. 12 years later, Robert, the head pharmacy professor of the Charisse Hospital, refined the geomarrow remnants into the Bellarine petroleum jelly we know today and applied it to the fields of medicine and cosmetics, and began the petroleum jelly age. The Bellarine brand was founded in 390 AF and has been protecting the skin of the Belobog people for over 300 years. We are confident that it will continue to protect you and your family for the years to come. Ice, concrete, technology, fundamental forces of the universe, ripples in time and space. You can get them all for a short fee. Furdo. Wait, what was he? Wait, please file a report with the Silvermane Guards if you encounter any civil disputes. Please don't try to bypass the prosecution and discuss it with the judge directly. Judge? I know what you want to ask. As a judge, how is it that I am standing out in the street instead of in the courthouse? Have you heard of the term roaming judge? Forget about it. It sounds impressive, but I'm just a legal advisor sent to help the guards. Compared to my work at the court, this is a major waste of time. Well, you shouldn't put it like that. Don't you think it's a waste of my time to have me out here trying to talk sense into the elderly every day? I was a straight A student at Belobog Law School. Why am I dealing with trivial family stuff? I should be in charge of more complex, important cases. That's where I shine. You know what I'm talking about, right? What's that look on your face? Forget it. You aren't much different from those old-timers. Just come to me when you have a big case. You seem upset. Huh? Is it that obvious? Dealing with a bunch of ignorant old people every day. You would be annoyed too if you were me. What kind of legal issues do you help them with? Legal issues? You think too highly of the people of Belobog. What they come to me for has nothing to do with the law. It's all complaints about daily life. It's always the same thing. The complainant tells me they have been altruistic and taken the big picture into consideration, and the offending party has taken advantage of them and is being ungrateful. You can hear thousands of stories like this at Soulwarm Festival family gatherings. Those stories are, in the end, moral blackmail, which I'm not interested in at all. But I am a legal practitioner after all, so it is my duty to help the people get to know the law. Every time it gets to this part, they start to pretend like they don't understand me. But who's to blame? After all, the law is always fair and impartial, showing favor to no one? Wow, you have a hard job. I know, right? I can't go on being a roaming judge for a second longer. What kind of cases do you consider important? Corruption related, with evil organizations or personnel involved. Or at least arms smuggling? Or scams? Forget it, just pretend like I'm talking nonsense. Belobog is too safe to have cases like that. Even if there is a big case, it's out of my reach. This poor dude. I really am I'm like, every person I talk to has some shit to complain about. To be fair, I am asking them. I think this is the third person I've had to straight up ask, why are you so pissed off? Hi, Ray. Thank you for the hydrate.
Neverwinter Workshop. Hey, didn't Japard say there'd be a show here?
He said you can sometimes catch an outdoor performance.
Oh.
Sometimes being the operative word.
Is this where Serval
Darn.
is?
I wanted to see one. Oh, I'd been wondering. You see that heater over there? Why do they keep it outdoors? This city is so weird. Normally you'd want a heater inside a building, right?
Maybe they have indoor heaters too.
Maybe, but the ones outside just seem like a waste of energy. Oh, maybe this is how the architects repel the eternal freeze.
Tiny heaters are no use against the Stellaron disaster.
You guys sure have a lot to say about that broken heater.
It's her.
Oh, wow, she's cool.
March. Broken.
Yep, touch it and find out. Ice cold. I was just about to fix it up. I forgot to introduce myself. The name's Serval. I'm the owner of this workshop. If you got any broken equipment lying around, you can always come find me, though I can't guarantee I'll be interested in fixing it.
Oh, we're okay. I was just curious about the heater.
Curious about the heater? It's just a standard Geomarrow radiator. You can find them anywhere in the administrative district.
Geomarrow. I love how MiHoYo will just like cram words together and be like, it's a thing. Geomarrow. We only just got here. Everything's new to us.
Only just got here?
We're from space.
Ah, I figured it out. I heard a loudmouth guard say that a group of outsiders had met with Cocolia. You must be them? What an honor. Where are my manners? We can talk about heaters all day if you like. Let's have a chat.
Her hair is so cool. It's like glowing. Okay, so what? I just like know her now? Does it want me to go inside? Oh. Message for new repairers. Messages between Belobog heating workers about the heating piping's safety maintenance before a festival. By now, you should have received the Heating Maintenance Safety Operation Manual. Make sure you read that first. Oh, I have not. As you are well aware, my wife is about to give birth, so I will be heading home earlier today. I'll be gone for half a month, which means I won't be here for the big maintenance before the Soul Warm Festival. But relax, Belle will walk you through everything. Just don't forget what I taught you and you'll be fine. I know you pick up on things fast. However, the maintenance of heating pipes is the most important maintenance job in Belobog. I've made some notes here in case you forgot. While you read this, open your safety operation manual and follow along. Remember to ask Belle if you have any questions. I won't go over the first and second points because there's nothing to say about getting the certificate and wearing protection. Those are too basic. For the third point, check the lighting for the heating maintenance area. You should pay special attention, especially to the emergency lighting. There was an accident in the past with my master where the furnace wasn't lit. No lighting is a recipe for accidents. The fourth point, on changing the pipe's protective coating, has one missing point at the top. Remember to always wear insulation gloves. The pipes are full of hot steam and there is no insulation around them. One touch and you'll be scalded. I've taught you the ratio to mix the protective coating, liquid and water, so be careful. Doesn't matter if you waste some coating liquid, just don't add too much water. The pipe's surface temperature is very high, so if you brush a very watery liquid onto it, the room will fill with water vapor. If something goes wrong, it can be fatal. As for how to apply the coating, you already know this. Brush it thinly and evenly. Don't go back and forth. The eighth point goes over the most important thing, maintenance of the steam turbine rotor. Halfway through the maintenance, be sure to check your maintenance clothes' electrical insulation and protective goggles. Also, when going back for maintenance, please remember to stop the boiler and generator. This is a delicate device, and if it breaks, there is no replacing it for a while. You can't be too careful with it. For the 10th point, the alarms and monitoring device we use now are different from the ones in the manual. Just go with what I taught you. That's about it. Once the heating maintenance is complete, you'll be a full-fledged maintenance worker. Come by during the Soulworm Festival and I'll treat you to a special sun cake. It's more delicious than anything you'll find in the stores. Also, my wife's relatives are coming over, so try to dress up a bit. Proposal, increase the number of scams, possibly via selling a book set. Warning of scams. God, that was so funny. Manya. Oh, why do I know that name? Did she get scammed? Well, you see, you dig up geo bones from geo beasts and break them open for their sweet, sweet geomarrow. That could very well be true. Manya. Sorry, I'm busy. Please make an appointment. If you already have an appointment, well, I'm on break, so you can get a number and wait until you're called. It's expected to be your turn in an hour. But everyone's waiting. My job is to help citizens solve problems. If I can't get enough rest, how am I to help others effectively? reasonable time allotment for both work and break helps improve efficiency. I understand your anxiety, but I have to ask you to be patient. I love the number of people I have interacted with in this game who have been like straight up not working, not doing their job, and they are fully like like they have this mindset of like, nah, I don't know them, I don't owe them anything. I need to keep myself healthy and mentally well. So don't talk to me because I'm on break. It's like, hell yeah. There's something else I wanted to ask. I just said I'm on break. Fine, if you insist. What kind of work do you do? Excellent question. My job involves a little bit of everything, but vital to keeping things running smoothly in Belobog. You could say I'm the unsung hero. I'm responsible for grassroots affairs in the administrative district, listening to basic requests from people and solving day-to-day issues. In that case, can you hear out my request? Of course, but you will need to reserve a slot. My work hours are from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. I handle administrative and civil affairs during these times. I'm currently on break. As a public official, separating professional and private time is of basic importance. How do I make an official appointment? Please fill out a form at counter 236 on the second floor of the Klepoth Fort. Then have a staff member stamp it at window 35 on the third floor. After stamping, please head to window 155 on the first floor and wait in line for the proof of appointment. The formal processing usually takes 1 month after the appointment has been made. To inquire about the specific processes, please consult the window staff when making the appointment. You're just trying to slack off, aren't you? What would make you think that? But I don't blame you. Many have the same misunderstanding, thinking this is just a job where you can kick your feet up. A job where I just clock in, drink tea, read the newspaper, chit-chat with colleagues, stare at the time waiting to get off. But that's all nonsense. Please lose these false impressions of grassroots public officials. Our days are busy ones indeed. Okay. And I can't go that way, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Trash can. As you continue staring at the trash cans, they seem to turn before your very eyes. The edges are no longer rusty, and the dents are smoothed over. From under the lid comes a faint golden glow, sweet and alluring. For a moment, the trash cans turn into treasure chests. And it's happening again! You take a deep breath and open the lid. It's empty. Wait! You reach deeper into the trash can. There's a piece of iron scrap at the bottom. Your hard work paid off! You finally found the treasure! You look back at your companions and see their complicated expressions. You don't need to explain. I get it. That urge is too great for you to resist. There's no turning back once you've walked down this path. What? It's an icon! Trash can. Avatar obtained from completing 5 hidden missions in Yarilo 6. Guys who can laugh at themselves usually have plenty of friends. Who are you cursing out? So wait. Like, this? This is dumb. It has a little bow because of the trash bag. That's so cute. Two trash cans. One for recycling dry garbage, one for recycling wet garbage. Where would you throw Pom-Pom's fur? I don't know. Garbage sorting knowledge comes flooding into your brain. You immerse yourself in the joys of sorting garbage. This is stupid. Phone booth. This is a phone booth. People use it to contact friends from afar. Aren't we in like a future world? Why do they got... I mean, I guess... I guess they'd still be used for phone booths, maybe. Not everybody has to own a phone.
Come around and have a look.
Levon, real estate agent. Great location in the outskirts of the city, energy and water already sorted out. For this fully furnished property with fabulous interior design, you need to bring nothing but yourself. High demand, limited supply. I'd want to take one for myself. Hey, you there. What are you waiting for? I'm not looking to buy a property. Sure, young people are not in a hurry. I get it. Let's put it this way. From the perspective of an investor, we are not talking about a house to live in. It's an asset. If I were you, I wouldn't miss out on this opportunity. Buy it now, wait for the price to go up, and then sell it. Easy money. Tell you this, if you buy the property and decide to sell it at some point, no matter if you find a potential buyer, I'll list it for you 13% higher than the current price. You have my word. Trust me, I am the best local property agent. There hasn't been a house that I couldn't sell. I've probably said enough. Anyway, think about my proposal. Don't make a decision that you would someday regret. Can we talk? I'd like to know more about these properties. It'll be too late if you don't make your mind up soon. If you have any questions regarding the property, I suggest that you ask me now. Are you certain about the info on this property? Of course! I'm working with influential figures in Klepoth Fort on a number of projects. I've even met the current Supreme Guardian a few times. I can't go into details, as many are involved, if you see what I mean. I trust we understand each other. All I can say is if you are in, you won't regret it. But I don't have enough money. I understand your concern. Let me tell you this. Lots of people have already invested in it. All I need is a deposit, of which I will be able to secure your place for the property. Sounds good, huh? Money is not the problem here. In the long run, the earlier you make the investment, the more you get in return. But the outskirts have only snow-covered fields. I took you for someone who can think long-term. Don't be short-sighted. A property is an investment. If you wait until the house is built before you buy it, that'll eat into your profit margin. I've seen lots of people who like to wait before making a purchase. By the time they made their decisions, the price had already gone out of their league. You, my friend, look like a shrewd investor. Buy it before it's listed, and you'll be raking in money for a few years' time. Now, when you look at those fields again, do they still look like snow-covered dust bowls? They're unexplored gold mines. I think you're a scammer. Don't be rude, I'm Levon. If you ask around, there's not a single soul in the administrative district who doesn't know my name. Only fools mistake opportunities for fraud. I trust you are not one of them. Even if you don't trust me, surely you have at least heard about the Supreme Guardian's new housing bill. Go ask around and see it for yourself. I myself have bought 2 properties. I can't be scamming myself, can I? I need some time to process all that information. It's now or never. Please make a decision soon. Can I ask you something else? Ask away. It's always a pleasure to help a customer. You are the only property agent in Belobog? Technically, I'm the only one in the administrative district. I do have a few competitors in other districts, but I'm sure you can tell who deals with bigger clients judging by the areas we operate in. They won't be a threat to me in a million years. I have data on all property sales in the administrative district for the past 700 years, and I know the nitty-gritty of the history of the 8 Belobog families. My knowledge has won me the trust of both government officials and regular people. People from all walks of life come to me when they need to find properties. Demand for housing has always been high, and my job is to help people find what they need. If so, what's the deal with the not yet built property we talked about? Nah, you don't want me to bother you with trivial details. What we talked about is a new business model called pre-sale. I take the money from the buyer, send it to a real estate company for delivery. If for some reason the property can't be delivered, I'll simply refund the buyer. Everyone ends up happy. I've learned from reliable sources that the next Supreme Guardian, Lady Bronya, is a moderate centrist. There's a 70% chance she will be in favor of developing new districts. Combine that with the fact that I am the only property agent in the administrative district. Therefore, I decided to be a smart businesswoman who knows how to spread risk and maintain cash flow. This is a great opportunity if you're looking to make a fortune. Don't miss out. Anything else you'd like to ask? Nah, dog, I'm good. Mailbox. This mailbox looks like it's seen better days. You think you saw someone post a sausage between 2 bits of bread here? Come to think of it, maybe they were using it as a trash can.
Come around and have a look.
The metal pole of this lamp has already begun to crack. Alright, I'm gonna go inside the workshop. Boop. Ooh, cute. Serval.
The heater you saw is just a standard Geomero radiator. They may not look like much, but they're a real lifeline to the people. The blizzards here are brutal. If we didn't have a reliable way of keeping warm, Belobog would long since have become a dead city, both above and below the surface.
What is Geomero? There we go. Finally, we can get the answer to that.
It's an ore, a special energy resource. Whether it's keeping the city warm or keeping our counters ticking, everything runs on Geomero. Geomero grows beneath the surface of the planet, and specialist underworld mining teams are there to extract it. Transport lines shuttle it up to the surface. In the overworld, we use the same lines to ship surface goods and aid down to the underworld.
Okay. Above and beneath the surface?
You didn't know? Belobog is structured like 2 big connected discs.
Girl, I just got
the
here.
The overworld is responsible for administration and trade, while the underworld is responsible for energy supply and resource extraction. However, due to an order that was given many years ago, nobody has moved between the overworld and the underworld in a long time. I shouldn't be talking about this. Pretend I never said anything.
Why is the heater outside?
Isn't it just like cooking food over an open flame? If the house is a pot, then the heater is the stove it rests on.
When she puts it like that, it actually starts to make sense.
Thanks for your answers.
No sweat. This is your first time in Belobog. I just want you to feel some of the warmth the city has to offer. Hey, seeing as there's nothing on your plate just now, want to help me fix up this machine? Just a bit of manual labor. You might find it interesting.
I guess.
Great. Then let me give you a demonstration first.
Help Serval fix the heater. Oh, what the heck? Oh, Jesus Christ. Magnetic. Magnetoriological. Magnetoriological. Jesus Christ. That's not a real word, right? That's like a made-up Honkai word. I recognize parts of it. No, it's a real thing. Oh god. Magnetoriological.
Magnetorheological.
Well, that doesn't sound right.
Magnetorheological. Magnetorheological.
Nah, bro. That robot's doing it wrong. Well. Rotate the modules to adjust the circuit and direct the electrical current from the power supply to the endpoint. Repairs are complete when all endpoint circuits are connected to the current. The edges of fixed modules will appear red when selected. What does it mean? Is it just like magnetic? Magnetorheology is the study of relationships between the particle and fluid properties of magnetic suspensions. This game needs to stop making me feel dumb. This is the source from which the electric current flows out. This is the end that can be unlocked after receiving enough electric current. Rotate the module and change the circuit to connect the electric current. Challenge complete. Video recorder. An old VCR machine. You do not dare imagine what it might show you.
Nice. You guys are pretty handy. You picked that up in no time. Want to be my assistants? Average pay, but I'm a good boss.
Sure, why not?
Do you just say yes to everything?
She's cute, okay?
I was only kidding. Just a joke. Well, I'd better carry on here. Why not have a better look around? My workshop will always be open to you. And your wallets, of course.
She's so cute. Toolbox. You cannot tell the function of the items inside the cabinet based on their silhouette. Large gear. Could these spinning gears be powering something? For example, maybe the workshop will stand up and turn into a giant robot. Large gear. This is just a decoration. Its rotation does not produce any effect. A cabinet containing tools. It is said that the ability to make and use tools is the main difference between humans and animals. Cute. Okay. This way.
Come around and have a look.
Trash can. 2 trash cans. One stands glamorously shining, the other lies unceremoniously rusting. You want to help it up, but think better of it. Even trash cans have their dignity. What? What am I getting? What is this? Is that an item? Sanctity of the trash can. Consumable. Increase defense of all allies by 20% in the next battle. It's hard to explain why a trash can has dignity and why that dignity is so heavy. What the fuck? What is this game? Face anchor. Nice. Treasure. Oh, treasure.
Looks good.
You find a wrinkled handwritten flyer in the trash can. Written at the top in beautiful handwriting, you see the Rightful Rights Society. The content seems to be trying to convince people who have given up on interests and hobbies due to family and other responsibilities to join the strange organization. Members of the organization cover for one another and help each other get away from family or work on weekends, and even weekdays, in the pursuit of individual freedom. They call it upholding our rightful rights. What a strange arrangement. Actually, I'm a little tempted. Sometimes I wish I could spend a day doing whatever I want. By which you mean spend a day asleep in your cabin. Okay, so they're fluids that can move and change density when you expose them to magnets. It looks like their main real-world use is shock absorbers. Oh, interesting. Okay. Learning something new. Okay, this is the restricted zone, which I think has monsters.
Looks good.
Luggage signboard. You can store your carry-on luggage here. The luggage is unguarded, so everything is up to the self-discipline of the people. Amo, novelist. What are you looking at? Things that were, things that are, and things that are yet to happen. Ah, I am good for nothing. I am destined to end up in a trash can. Don't be so harsh on yourself. You misunderstood me. I am pondering about life, value, and eternity. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Amo. I write things for a living. Sorry for blocking your way. Can I help you with anything? So you're a writer. I'm afraid I don't deserve the title. I produce less than mediocre writings in a great quantity for others. A ghostwriter, as they say. I doubt if I'm qualified to write at all, even for the rubbish I produce. What do you write, then? I wrote some horror novels, the quality of which can be described with the name of the genre according to some critics. Some say that these novels should have never been written in the first place. For the disaster fiction I did, same critiques also apply. Tell me about your ghostwriting. Have you heard of The Tale of the Winterlands, the fiction that was recently banned? The publisher was actually quite happy with the quality and wanted the author to make some edits on the original, so that they can publish it again. But they did not expect the author to simply vanish into thin air. The editors had to contact me instead, asking if I could help with the project. Tale of the Winterlands is just some cheap folklore compiled together. I can give you 100,000 to 200,000 words with ease. Piece of carrot cake to me. That was my response when I took the job. You know how hard it is to finally get something going? I was just trying to impress them, but I ended up getting way ahead of myself. One of the editors had sent me a copy to let me get the feel of it. It was until I started reading that I realized the book was going to be a classic. I had to admit, I couldn't even remotely reproduce the author's creativity and style. The editor had made several attempts to contact me since then, but I managed to avoid her each time because I just couldn't deliver. How would you rate Tale of the Winterlands now? A masterpiece of true genius. Maybe the language still has room for polishing, but the wild passion waved into the plot is otherworldly. For 700 years, the people of Belobog have been trapped in the snow, their imagination taken away. This book reignited people's desire to look beyond these snow-covered lands. Maybe that's why the architects insisted on banning it. I heard that within a month of the book's publication, the number of people that ventured out into the snow and went missing had gone up exponentially. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. Sorry, I've had a difficult time lately. No need to stick to one career path. How about doing something else? I did consider doing that, but writing is my true passion. My writing may be bad, but I feel happy when holding a pen in my hand. Aw, that's relatable. Oh, he gave me a recipe? And Chapter 1! Ooh, I finally have chapter 1 of the book. Okay, so he gave me a recipe for punitive?
Punitive.
Punitive. Inflicting or intended as punishment. He gave me a recipe for punitive food. Thanks. Oh no. Upon use, immediately recovers 2 technique points for your team. But each team member loses HP equal to 15% of their max HP. Simple food that tastes strange. Eating it almost feels like some punishment game. You feel a surge of courage just by looking at it. The things we do to survive. Thanks. I gave up and I checked Wikipedia because the first page of results was entirely scientific papers. Yeah, when I was Googling like the definition or how to pronounce it, I hate when you're trying to learn a word and then the definition of the word just you cannot comprehend. Like all the articles I was seeing was like I could not parse them at all. Oh my god. Look at this vending machine. The machine rumbles. Cute. Oh, I can't buy any recipes because I'm not high enough level. Trick snack. Immediately recovers 2 technique points for the team. A packet of cooked seeds made by utilizing the vortex theory. Eat a handful of them, and they'll launch themselves to the roof of your mouth like popping candy. Downside is, they'll stay there. It's recommended that you eat them while lying on your stomach. People start all sorts of shenanigans when they're fed. Simple first aid device. Upon use, immediately heals one selected downed character for 5% of their max HP. It is tiny, but it does its job of stimulating the heart muscles and bringing the heartbeat back on track. A milestone in medicine that has saved countless lives. If you've read up to this part, then you should go spend 30 minutes learning how to perform CPR. You won't find it useful most of the time, but when you do, you'll thank those 30 minutes. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right. I took CPR lessons in high school, I think. I learned how to do CPR on people and also babies. Because I babysat in high school. I no longer remember how to do it. So thank you, Honkai, for reminding me to redo my CPR certification. Cosmic fried rice. Upon use, immediately heals a single ally by 24% of their max HP. Golden brown fried rice that is appealing to the eye and the stomach. All the chefs will tell you that fried rice has more to it than what appears on the surface. I've already read the soda. Energy drink. 30% of max energy. Energy drink that gives you a second wind. Here are some facts. Imaginary energy contains power, and the human body needs power. Therefore, the human body can absorb imaginary energy. Healing spray. A common medicine used by adventurers to quickly seal wounds with adhesive foam. In the past, all medical breakthroughs were made with the sweat and blood of the pioneers in this field. Now, with the help of healing spray, only sweat is needed. Disposable shield. When the Armed Archaeologists of the Intelligentsia Guild was first established, its casualty rate reached an appalling 34.88%, for their barbaric behavior was met with heavy resistance from the natives wherever they went. To change this, the Interastral Peace Corporation provided them with large quantities of basic protection gears that can fend off one fatal blow when hit. While the protection offered by these gears was limited, they did reduce the casualty rate by 9.72% on paper. The IPC was very pleased. Firstly, my scholars, always leave your shield on. Secondly, you morons, remember that they can only block one explosion. One. Jim Roger bread soda. Crush dried bread into fine crumbs, add water, extract the liquid, and let it undergo fermentation. Bread soda. Add Jim Roger patented ingredients as the last step. And there you go, authentic taste of Jim Roger. Bread soda. Trash can. No, not you. A tracing paper envelope, black with silver lettering. If you found it next to a mailbox, you would speculate that this flyer coupon was a love letter sent to the wrong address. But this is a trash can. It reads, "Today is Guardian Elisa's birthday. The recipient of this letter must forward it to 3 other people within a day, or bad luck will follow them for a whole year." You wonder what happened to the person that threw it away. What? I found Bellabog sausage, a flyer advertisement for a dish popular among the locals. It also introduces various ways to cook the sausage. For foodies, Bellabog sausages. Which type is your favorite? A century has passed since the Bellabog Meat Factory first introduced sausages. Since then, it has become a familiar taste in every Bellabog household. When it comes to eating the Bellabog sausages, everyone has their own opinion. Here we've compiled a list of your favorite ways to eat it. Which type is your favorite? The first way to eat it is as is. The sausage itself is already cooked and has been processed in many ways. It can be eaten as a snack or as a side dish. Its original taste alone is already delicious. Second way to cook it is with hammer peppers. The sausages can be stir-fried with many vegetables, but hammer peppers are undoubtedly the best choice. Stir-frying causes the aroma of the sausage to complement... What? Oh no, I can't see anymore. To complement the strong fragrance of the peppers, allowing for a more unique flavor. The third way is to grill it. Cut across the sausage before putting it on the grill. Served with spices, it's great as a street snack. Fourth way is to wrap it in sun cakes. Make a sun cake wrap by adding thin slices of the sausage. This method not only enriches the taste of the sun cake, but also balances out the sausage's flavor. What is sun cake? I assumed that sun cake was like a sweet cake. Maybe it's not. Over the years, upgrades to the process and machinery have greatly improved production capacity. The fat but not greasy characteristic is unique to this sausage. Its original delicious taste has been retained, and various flavors are now available for consumers to choose from. To celebrate Bellabog's centenary...
Centenary.
Centenary? The 100th anniversary of a significant event. A centennial. To celebrate Bellabog's centenary, the Bellabog Meat Factory is offering discounts on all products to all customers. Welcome to the store and try the products. Oh my god, I can go upstairs. Uh-oh. Trash can. Someone threw a book in the trash can. You pick it up. It seems to be a lengthy serial novel by the name of Tale of the Winterlands. You seem to have the incomplete 4th volume in your hands. Oh my god. How much of this do I have now? 3? Okay, I've got chapter 1 and chapter 4. Oh boy. The heck? Trash can. A burning smell invades your nostrils as you approach the trash can. This trash can looks like it was set on fire. The entire trash can is deformed, with a layer of dark, scorched, ash-like substance coating the bottom. In the light, you see the particles floating softly, almost dancing. The opening of the postbox reveals 2 envelopes that are being kept in delicate balance. Touching either one will condemn the other to be swallowed by the pitch-black maw. Such a dilemma falls in front of you. Take the envelope on the right. You take the envelope. What? Oh my god, I didn't think I would like... I mean, they just sort of sucked at putting it in the mailbox. I shouldn't have actually taken it. Oops. An envelope found in Belobog. The envelope reads, "The trash I wrote should never see the light of day." That's fine. It can rot forever in the bottom of the dark mailbox. Maybe someone in the overworld can help you with this unsent letter. What? I know someone who's been very hard on themselves. Okay, it's not him. Oh, hello! Hold on, let me pop open my chat here. Am I a voice actor? No! Your voice is very calming, super chill and nice listening to. Aww! Thank you so much! Wow, that makes me really happy. I'm definitely using this game to, I don't know, I like reading. I like voice acting, kind of, but I don't do it a lot. And so this is like, this game has been really good for like practicing my speech, I guess. I followed you yesterday, but I couldn't talk in chat. So here's the compliment today. Now I go back to lurking. Greetings from Germany. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Is it, can I call you Burix? Burix? Nice. That's very nice of you. Thank you. Aw, thanks you guys. Oh, Turnip, can you chill? Oh, I'm so happy. I'm smiling. Oh, wait, what? Where am I? Huh? Hotel lobby. Cute. I like the music in here. Rossi. Turnip, you better sit down. Thank you. Yeah, just sit there. Good job. Have you read today's Crystal Daily? What kind of news is that? If the media keeps going like this, Belobog will eventually be doomed. Are you talking to me? Of course. Who else would I be talking to? Do I look like someone who talks to himself in the street? It's not like I'm old man Dominic. Look at the front page of the Crystal Daily. The content in that newspaper puts out is just junk, tabloid level stuff. What's going on in their heads? Can you really put this stuff on the front page? I'm about to blow a gasket here. You don't have to make it sound so extreme. I bet you're not someone who follows the news. Anyone who is ambitious should pay attention to the world and think more, like I do. That way they can contribute to the development of Belobog. You really don't know anything. How about I give you a lecture right now? You know what? Sure. That's what everybody's been doing to me. Here, let me show you how to read this newspaper. What does the paper say? Listen to this malarkey. Today, the Minister of Culture and Education, Mr. Bova, attended... Oh, wait. Bova is my father. Let's look at the next one. Head of the Limesteins... Steens? Shares the family's corporate culture, cultivating a direwolf spirit to come together and transcend limitations. Are you hearing this nonsense? What is this? Direwolf spirit? He's encouraging young people to work themselves to an early grave. This Limestein is trying to squeeze them for their labor so that the Limesteins can keep up their lavish lifestyle. It's all tricks. Judging from your garish outfit, I suppose you're some rich kid who couldn't possibly appreciate the hardships that normal people face. Whatever. People like you typically don't get it anyway. Why do you think I'm rich? Did I hit the nail on the head? You should develop some empathy so that you can see all the world's troubles like me. I think you're just bored. Hey, I have my own problems, okay? Never mind. It's useless trying to explain it to you. People your age don't know the meaning of independent thinking. You have a problem with everyone, don't you? It's just common angst. Don't you get it? Never mind. Let's just continue reading the news. Get a load of this guy. Check out what's on the 3rd page. It kills me. Belobog's outer ring heating system continues to malfunction. Now recruiting emergency repair workers. They sure have tough skin printing something like this. The overworld's heating system has always been a headache with its constant need for repairs. Emergency repairs are nothing more than temporary fixes. We can survive the eternal freeze. The problem is all this busy work isn't going to solve the real issue. Is all this effort really worth it? The way I see it, Belobog Heating Corporation shouldn't be trusted. The Supreme Guardian should step in and revamp all of its city's heating pipes. If the people at Belobog Heating can't figure out such a simple problem, then leave it to me. Are you going to pay for the renovation of all the pipes? Don't you try and morally blackmail me. I know that trick and I won't fall for it. Based on your logic, I would have to learn to produce milk myself, as if I'm not a fan of Moo Moo milk. That's ridiculous. Anyway, why am I talking to you about this? Not everyone my age seems to see the big picture. What are you doing here? If you're bored, why don't you go work for Belobog's heating system and contribute to society? Why waste your best years here? My favorite part of this is how the main character has been like cycling through her idle animations. So he's like ranting about some bullshit and she's like gaming. Everyone complains so much in this town. Can y'all calm down?
That's your 8th dish.
At least they're not like exclusively talking about the weather. I do appreciate that. As somebody who lives where it is cold a lot, and all people talk about is the weather, I'm very glad to not have to see it in video games too. Oh shit, we got chapter 2! Tale of the Winterlands. Oh, it's chapter 2, part 2, not part 1. Okay. I think I might end the stream with reading chapter 1. The luggage rack that has the privilege of staying indoors. Regan? Teal, would you like to talk? No, I would not like to talk about the weather. I'm trying to avoid weather talk in general because now I'm like, I'm so aware of how much I talk about it. It's such a default, boring topic. I hate it. So now I'm trying to do more things in my life so I have more shit to talk about that isn't the fucking weather. What's this dude's name? Region? It's nice today, but hey, Canada's on fire. It is, unfortunately it is. Is it still burning? Yeesh. I feel like wildfires are a pass. I feel like you're allowed to talk about those. That's not like a boring, repetitive topic. Universe, time and space, past and present. I'm onto something. Eureka! Shh. Oh, you didn't say anything. Good. Do not disrupt my research. First time seeing anybody doing research like this. It's impossible to talk sense into people like you. Science is a complicated matter, nothing like your everyday chores that require only 2 brain cells to do. If you can tell what I'm doing with your untrained eyes, I might as well quit the job and let you do it. That's hardly a valid argument. Says someone who has no clue what I'm doing with my research. Science is dead. I don't have much time to waste. Tell me what you want, or step aside and let me continue my research on the big universe time tunnel. Oh, the what? What's the subject of your research? Fine, I'll show you some basics. Do you know that light is a particle? Is that so? Of course, now let's not get ahead of ourselves. All you need to know is that light is a particle. Terms like wave theory or duality might be too complicated for you. My point is, particles carry information. Are you with me? Really? Why would I fool you? Light as a particle carries information. Building on that, if I am exposed to light, I am exposed to information. My big universe time tunnel theory holds that the universe consists of multiple interconnected entities that are running in parallel. Say if in one universe I came up with how to send messages, and my doppelganger in another universe knew how to interpret those messages, it means, according to my theory, that you can interpret messages sent from another universe. Yes, well, I'm trying to explain things in layman's terms. The real mechanism behind this is far more complicated. How did you come up with that? Let me remind you, the theory I'm proposing is called Big Universe Time Tunnel. Ah yes, Big Universe. My life work. My child. It all started 2 years ago when I was struck by this wonderful idea while having a meal. I knew from the very beginning that this was going to be the biggest discovery of our time. The world will be left in awe when my time tunnel is completed. Are you really a scientist? Of course I am! What kind of question is that? Those jealous old nerds and hags in Billabog's academic circle refuse to recognize me only because my revolutionary findings will make them look useless. Geomero always rises to the top. It's just a matter of time before a talented scientist such as myself receives proper funding for my research. Alas, I have always been waiting for a patron to come along. It's painful to see my talent go unnoticed. Do you not receive academic training? That just goes to show how ill-informed you are about the science community today. What can you learn from a bunch of self-righteous nerds who fight tooth and nail for money and power? So, are you self-taught? Find it hard to believe? One day the world will tremble before my big universe time tunnel. You'll see. And my name, Regan, will go down in history as the great civilian scientist. Everyone is fucking crazy. I've forgotten how to say his name. Isn't it like Gerda or something? Gerta?
Gotha.
Nice. Hello, welcome to the Gotha Hotel. Are you staying with us, or would you like to try our special afternoon tea? I'm here as I was attracted by the hotel's fame. The hotel has just been here for a long time, and it became a bit famous in Belobog. Make yourself at home. Feel free to take a tour, as long as you are not interrupting the other guests. This is where I grew up. I wouldn't say that I know all about the administrative district, but I do know the history and goings-on about these parts fairly well. Thank you. What is it? Huh? Ooh. I have a drinky. Ooh. Oh, is that what you bought the milk for? You standing up now? You excited? You get in my way? Thanks. About old Gerta?
Gotha.
Gotha.
Gotha. Gotha.
Gotha. And Gotha Hotel. Oh, that's what you're interested in? Gotha is my family name, and Gotha Hotel is my family business. Well, it all began a long, long time ago. The Gotha family used to be prosperous. My ancestors invested in many industries. Unfortunately, due to poor economics, our family declined. Frustrated, my ancestors sold all of their properties and moved to the underworld. Luckily, later, another ancestor from my family started empty-handed and revived our family business. Once again, Gotha Hotel was moved back to the overworld. Have you received any special guests? Well, it depends on how you define special guest. Many guests have stayed with us. Indeed, there are lots of stories. For example, a lady from a rich family escaped her wedding and jumped out of the window on the second floor in her pajamas. No one has ever heard from her since. I feel like I heard that story. From someone else in the game? Maybe. There was a couple who were theater celebrities. They appeared as though they were in love, but they stayed in different rooms when they were here for their honeymoon. And there was a lady who would always stay in a single room when her family was at work. She was always drawing in her room, and she would cry every time she finished a drawing. I wonder what she's been through. It happens a lot in our industry. We always encounter weird things, especially when we've been in the industry for a long enough time. Any recommendations on food around here? Huh, I'm not trying to brag, but our afternoon tea is a specialty of Belobog. There are a few desserts that only we can make. You can't eat them anywhere else in the administrative district. Many young people visit us during holidays. Sometimes people have to line up. Any recommendation on sightseeing? I'd recommend the Western District, which is known for its artistic atmosphere. The Golden Theater is right there. You'll find everything from celebrities to merchandise. But be careful. Don't go on their premiere day. For example, shows with many fans like Beneath the White Cloak and Stardust Rose will make the area totally overcrowded. It's best to drive there. If you don't have a car, Elisa Avenue is right outside the hotel. You can take a tram or walk there along the track. Thank you, sir. Hotel corridor. Diary of a Civilian Scientist. Part 1. Scattered pages of questionable quality, written by someone who claims to be a scientist. It's that dude! Oh my god. Oh, he's not even here and I still have to deal with his rambling. February 28th, 699 AF. Do the people at the Intellectual Property Administration of Technology understand anything at all? Can't they hire someone competent for the patent review? I've applied for a patent for 16 times already. What a waste of time and energy. How will they reimburse me if someone registers my invention first? Time is life. They're stealing my money, ruining my life. I thought the guy with the glasses at the patent office would know a thing or two, but I was wrong. He questioned me to my face and said I knew nothing about science. What the heck does he know? I've studied physics for 15 years and wrote Time Tunnel Theory, a 100,000-word book. My invention is based on that theory. He hasn't even read my book, and he has the nerve to doubt me? Childish, stupid, short-sighted. I've been working on this device for quite some time, but 2 months ago, when the museum opened an exhibit showcasing newly discovered old world relics, I was 100% sure that time travel might come true. There was a mysterious device called the 600 kilowatt diesel generator, which was exactly the same machine that appeared in my dreams. With that machine, my device would surely be able to warp time, deform it, cause massive breaks, and create time tunnels. The prophetic dream perfectly confirmed my theory. In my dream, there was a geomarrow resonance tunnel hidden in the underworld. When my time tunnel device is completed, I would definitely be able to achieve time travel there. Rather than waiting for these fools to review my patent, why don't I raise the money myself to build the device? Right now, I only have the house to mortgage, but it belongs to my father. I don't know if he'll agree to the mortgage, but I'm a little reluctant to do so since we've lived there for many years. No, what am I saying? If I can create a time tunnel, I'd transform the era. I'd be the modern day Playmia. How would I shed tears on a house? Let's do it. I'll mortgage the house next week and get my device built. With my device, I could warp the very fabric of time and control its flow. A place like Belobog wouldn't be befitting for someone like me. Oh my, I could revolutionize the Belobog. No, the entire universe. I mean, okay. Honestly speaking though, he could be 100% correct. Cause like, we could do crazy shit in this game already. Like, we just time warped. We just like, maybe not time, but we just like warped in a flying train to get here. Time travel could probably be, is probably real. I don't know. We know parallel universes are. Why not time travel? Ooh, this drink is so good. Oh my goodness. Carmine dropped off a drink to me, and it is a strawberry something. But it's like strawberries, like condensed milk. Holy moly! Hi, Bliss! Welcome! Princess. Wow. Thank you for the raid. Oh, you playing Zelda again? How'd that go? How many times did you die? Are you keeping a death counter? Investigate. Without a doubt, what's in front of you is a closet. It is, based on all the signals coming from your sensory organs, a perfect closet. Design, capacity, tactility, build quality, scent. No matter how you look at it, you can't possibly think of a better closet. Wait a minute. Scent? How is scent a measurement of how good a closet is? Doesn't matter. It smells good. And it's not an odor of typical sandalwood or any other natural materials. Rather, it is a miraculously cleansing scent that is completely artificial. A marvel of chemical engineering. It is so alluring that all you want is to get into the closet and let your whole body soak in its scent. What the fuck? I'm going in the closet! Left foot, right foot, turn around, take a deep breath. Why a deep breath? You want to sneeze, but you manage to suppress it. Stand firm, and then close the door. Congratulations! You have now been merged with the universe's most perfect closet as one single entity. But honestly, your mood is far from reaching the state of excitement. Perhaps you need more time to comprehend the subtle wonder in all this. This place might seem a little too dark for you. Guess you will eventually get used to it, right? Dark night gifted me a set of dark eyes. Ha! That's the spirit! Give it more time! Adapt to this dark environment. Trust yourself. Just wait a little longer. Something more interesting than this pitch darkness will occur. It's guaranteed to be the real deal. Wait. Did you hear that? A sound is closing in. Click, click. The real deal is coming? That's exactly right! Just think about it! Now, take a guess. Whose footsteps are those? The Goethe Hotel's devil. Yes, yes, now you finally get it! That's the Goethe Hotel's resident devil. It hibernates in dirty, unattended small attics, specifically feeding on innocent and vulnerable outsiders. It picked the wrong opponent to mess with this time. After all, you are the universally renowned trailblazer, the guardian deity of the Herta space station, the doomsday beasts, Doom. Yep, today is the day you purge evil for the greater good. It doesn't seem to be that dark in the closet. The light of valor illuminates your surroundings. Wow. Room service. Is anyone in there? Ha! There it is. All hotel devils love to disguise themselves as room service. Such a cliche. You won't be easily fooled by it. Your mind is stronger than those city walls built by Klapoth. You are prepared. I'm gonna come in now, okay? Now, devil, meet your judgment. Die, you hotel devil! Ah, what the heck? You won! The Goethe Hotel's devil is now banished, and this land is now purified. That devil seems to have left something behind. Take it as a reward for your intrepidity. Praise of high... Was that a good thing that I did? I don't know. Praise of high morals? I stole $20 from them. I got 20 shield from that. And it gave me a good job, you did a good deed reward. Okay. No death counter, but that's a great idea. You're in the bird village. Ooh. Is that like, are there bird people there? I like the bird people in Zelda are super cute. Evening Ember at the Goethe Hotel. Hold on, I'm gonna open the door for Turnip so he can escape. Sorry, you went out. Evening Ember at the Goethe Hotel. Goethe. Author, Amy. Forward. Thank you, old Goethe from the Goethe Hotel, for providing the origin of this story. Your steaming hot tea had accompanied me through nights when inspiration ran dry. For old Goethe, Tony, and Carrie. I lit up all the fireplaces in the hotel. On the next day, the entire city was covered in fog. 1. Goethe left on a summer night. The stars glittered like water, but snow fell from the sky. He had told Leslie that he might still have unfulfilled wishes. She knew what it was, but she couldn't manage it. Leslie remembered that the first time she saw Goethe was at the Goethe Hotel. The well-dressed gentleman looked at her with a smile, and she saw her own reflection clearly in the caramel depths of his eyes. However, she was disheveled from her escape, and was not presentable. Leslie hurriedly shifted her eyes away, but the gentleman with the chiseled features did not despise her, instead offering her a cup of hot tea. Beautiful lady, how can I be of assistance? This was the first sentence Goethe said to Leslie. 2. Goethe Hotel was indeed, as the rumors said, a shelter in this world full of strife. A kind older man with a bad leg had told Leslie as she escaped here from the mines. Goethe Hotel is the only shelter in the entire road, because the rules here are a lot more different from everywhere else. And that was indeed true. Everyone in the hotel knows that while Mr. Goethe appears kind, he was very famous when he was young. No matter who you are, everyone has to respect the boss and do not cause a fight in the hotel. Even though this was not a rule written out and displayed on the hotel walls, it was a hard rule obeyed by all in this border town for the past decade or so. Mr. Goethe is an honorable man. People in the know found it hard to stop praising the owner of the hotel. Mr. Goethe was the manager of this luxury hotel, and always seemed very kind. Nobody knew where his funds came from, but everyone knew he actually charged very little with guests who are in need. For years, he had silently sheltered the poor with nowhere to go. People like Leslie. 3. Leslie was originally working at a place famous for its mining industry. There were mines everywhere, and nobody knows just how many veins were still undiscovered. There were always rumors about someone discovering a vein and becoming rich overnight. Leslie had heard her work colleagues say that the owner of their mine was one such lucky soul. Thanks to the support of the various mines, the city also offered plenty of job opportunities. Leslie worked there for a few years and managed to save up some money. She sent the money home, only to receive the terrible news of her mother's death from illness a few days later. Leslie couldn't understand how her mother could suddenly become so ill. She was even more confused with how she was hunted down by a tough-looking thug when she was heading home. It was so strange. The home she grew up in, the home that sheltered her, the home that gave her so many memories, it was suddenly a forbidden place. Leslie had wanted to offer a bouquet of flowers loved by her mother at her grave, but now she couldn't even get home. The only thing that welcomed her home was the blizzard. The following pages seem to have been forcibly torn off. The remaining paper scraps contained some angry comments. Don't try to copy others' writing if you haven't got the talent. You're writing all sorts of pitiful stuff. You think anyone's gonna read it? Aww. Is this like written by the girl that the front desk guy was talking about? Tea time menu. Classic brunch combo. Buttered toast, poached eggs, pancake with syrup, with seasonal fruit jam. A cup of tea of your choice. The sour bean soup originally in the combo is temporarily unavailable due to supply shortage, and is replaced with any beverage from our selection of brews. Garden desserts. Coffee jelly, temporarily unavailable. Butterfly berry tart, yogurt berry cup, souffle with jam, honey and oats mousse. Energy snacks. Smoked Frostwave salmon rolls, salmon cheese tart, special sausage platter. Afternoon brews. Moo Moo milk, Moo Moo hot milk, crystal sparkling water, heartwarming flower and fruit tea, energetic boiled mushroom tea, rye bread soda iceberg, Goethe classic handmade coffee, temporarily unavailable. Due to a shortage in coffee, all menu items containing coffee are temporarily unavailable. We will provide them again as soon as supplies return to normal. We deeply apologize for any inconvenience caused. No coffee! Get me off of this planet! I'll die here! Alright, that was one corridor. I think there's a second one on the other side. Wait a second. It's the same corridor. Right? Well, that is less work for me then. Yeah, okay. Just had to be sure. I am exploring every nook and cranny of this game. If it is not already apparent. So that was the hotel, and my next goal is to see what's around the hotel. Trash can. A pretty postcard is lying in the trash can. It reads, "Friend, you've crossed the line. This isn't something you should have touched. Signed, Garbage King." There's a coin glued to the back of the postcard. Seems like this king understands that you need to tip someone if you want them to pass on a message. Seems like you've got yourself a real competitor when it comes to rooting through trash cans. Why would he call himself Garbage King? Isn't he embarrassed? I got a coin. An old coin from a time when metal was still a plentiful resource in Belobog. Trash can. You smell a strong stench as you approach the trash can. Almost as if there were some strange, twisted, dark purple aura surrounding it, protesting in no uncertain terms. No living entities permitted. Be that as it may, are you gonna open it? Yes. While your astonished companions look on, you hold your breath and proceed towards the can like a soldier charging into a hail of bullets. Wait, why are you so interested in rooting through every trash can in the city? What do you have to gain? Everything. You decided to open the lid of the can with a determined mind. At your first glance, you saw that strange, stinky thing. Suddenly, like an old monk sitting in concentrated introspection, you reach out and grab it. However, you failed to reach enlightenment, given that your companions just ran for cover, holding their noses. I found trash.
That's the alley that Shepard mentioned. The one contaminated by the fragmentum, right? I can't believe how close it is to the city center.
They hadn't identified it. I bet all the shops and hotels in the vicinity would have had to close down by now.
Move back! This is your final warning!
But my proof of property is inside. I don't have any...
The fragmentum has already corroded this block. You can make a property retrieval request to the architects, but only Silvermane guards are permitted to enter here.
I can't believe fragmentum corrosion has spread into the city. No wonder there are so many soldiers stationed there.
Can soldiers really hold back the fragmentum?
No. As long as the Stellaron is active, the corrosion will continue to spread. The soldiers can only periodically clear the fragmentum of monsters, but the monsters will continue to emerge and multiply.
Please try to understand, sir. Backwater Pass has become very dangerous. We're just here for your safety.
If I can't get my proof of property, it doesn't matter how safe I am. Out of my way! Let me pass!
That man's gonna die if they let him in. Return to the hotel and rest.
Let me pass. I'm not afraid to die. I've lost everything. Everything.
This is a video game. Trash cans are where everybody hides their loot. It's just logic. True. Pokemon taught me that.
Stand back. This area is off limits. Only Silvermane guards are permitted to enter here.
Are the guards able to control the situation?
We're optimistic. This area has only recently been corroded, so monsters are few and far between. Please, have faith in the gods.
Shit, they got
If it
British
weren't for
people
most
here?
of our forces being deployed to the front line, situations like this wouldn't amount to anything. We can't even go on the offensive.
What's down there?
It used to be a transport hub, but it's been closed down.
Darn monsters.
This must be a hard job.
Well, this is our duty as Silvermane Guards. We are responsible for the safety of the citizenry.
Duty is duty. We trust in the higher-ups. I worry about our compatriots below ground. They must be...
That's enough! The Guardian has strictly forbidden discussion of underworld affairs.
Right. I'm such a hothead. I'll zip it.
Please keep a safe distance. This is a live situation. Plus, we need to look busy.
Mailbox. The mailbox opens its black mouth to you, like a baby waiting to be fed. Yeah, that's weird. Trash can. You may have noticed that, yes, there are an unbelievable number of trash cans in this city. Somebody did once propose to reduce the overall number or to initiate some kind of garbage tax policy. But it only increased the amount of garbage on the street. Now people in the city have come to the consensus that trash cans are Belobog's other business card.
Looks good.
Wait, I haven't gone here. Trash can. A nice looking trash can, but that's all it really is. A trash can. Bench. Pleasant looking trash? There's different types of trash I can find? Trash. It's a consumable? Upon use, immediately causes a single ally to lose HP equal to 15% of their max HP. There's no benefit to this unless, like, I guess there's some benefit to losing HP for some reason. Worthless trash. Better carry some with you. Some say that in the deep retreats of the galaxy, an invisible portal will open to those carrying a piece of junk. Pleasant looking trash. When used, instantly recovers 4 technique points for the team. Worthless things are beautiful in their own way. This game is so dumb. This game is so stupid. An empty bench looks lonely on the busy street.
So, this friend of mine...
I've got a friend in the Justice Department. He told me that Klapoth Fort implemented new rules that could lead to heavy fines for jaywalking across railway lines. That's good news! It's time for Belobog's traffic safety to get tightened up. Wait, I already talked to Molly, right? She just complained a lot. Yeah. This guy preached at me a bunch. I got a lesson. This guy warned me about scams.
I want to know more about the
And then also spread a scam. She's playing guitar, which is super cute. Trash can. An overwhelmingly fishy smell emanates from the trash can as you remove the lid. Instead of fish, you find only a fish-related flyer. Is this how synesthesia works? Oh, snapper jam appetizer. A story about food from a restaurant flyer. Possibly some sort of performance art. It's weirdly compelling, though. I don't want to play it, but I'm absolutely here to watch folks stream it. Well, good. I'm glad that, like, that there is some worth in watching this. It really is bizarre. It is a bizarre and funny game. Snapper Jam Appetizer. This is an advertisement flyer from a diner that has closed down. The Legend of Snapper Jam Appetizer. The eternal freeze was imminent, and Belobog had not yet been formally established. Under the command of the first Supreme Guardian, Elisa Rand, workers were summoned from across the country for the largest insulation project ever in history. This enormous layer of insulation would prepare Belobog for the endless blizzard. At that time, a young worker by the name of Nicholas was good at cooking. Not only had he mastered all kinds of traditional dishes, but also had developed many new ones. Every weekend, workers would bring over food to his home so that he could prepare a big meal for everyone. Every worker would leave his home satisfied with a full stomach. However, it wasn't long until they wanted to taste his delicious food during the workdays. Is there any way to eat a delicious meal on a cold construction site? Food would quickly turn cold and hard due to the weather conditions on a construction site. It didn't taste as good as the dishes fresh out of the pot. The heating technology at the time also was not as developed. The smart Nicholas believed this to be a major problem, one that almost all workers would encounter. Solving it meant that he could help everyone. Thus, he pondered, is there any food that can endure the bitter cold? Nicholas spent countless hours trying different dishes at home. He tried various combinations, but none of the results satisfied him. One day, he was mentally exhausted and hadn't realized the fried fish was already cold. On top of that, he accidentally knocked the fried fish into the pot, cooking it together with red sunset jam. By the time he realized, it was already too late. He put the dish aside, ready to throw it out the next day. However, when he woke up the next day, he decided to give it a taste. To his surprise, it was delicious. He had come up with the ultimate cold dish, one that workers could eat in the cold weather. Thanks to Nicholas's promotion, Belobog workers can enjoy a delicious lunch, motivating them to work harder. The news spread to Supreme Guardian Elisa Rand, who tasted his unique dish and praised his innovation. She named the dish Snapper Jam Appetizer. Afterward, Nicholas made further improvements to the dish. It is now the most famous dish for Belobog gatherings. There are many scribbles on the page. What nonsense and fabrications! A novel? The Supreme Guardian's secret visit. It was around 100 AF when they cultivated the red sunset fruit for jam that could withstand the cold. So that's more useless knowledge. Nice. I mean, I also want to see all the cute girl designs. True, and there's a lot of them. Alright, so I can't go up. But I can go down.
You know what I mean.
Did I talk to him? Unsure. Sounded like they were just gossiping. Well, I can't go down here. Blockade line. The Silvermane Guard is standing still like a statue. You can't help wondering whether their deployment here isn't the result of an argument with someone further up the chain of command.
So, this friend of mine...
Meow. I like in the mini-map at the top left that it actually shows you the path that you've already walked. It like gives me a better handle on where I am. Tale of Winterlands Chapter 2! Part 1? Nice. guard seems unhappy at your arrival. Apparently, he didn't welcome your approach. Trash can. An unusually large paper ball. Upon unfolding, you find it contains wrinkled scraps of paper. 1. I hereby tender my resignation. On this, my final day of work, 2. I hereby tender my resignation. On this, my final day of work, I wish to be frank. Generally speaking, my job is uninteresting, and so... 3. I hereby tender my resignation. On this, my final day of work, I wish to be frank. Generally speaking, my job is uninteresting, and therefore has no meaning. 4. Forget it. Time for work. A few typos away from a new career. Aw. Vending machine. Same stuff. Locked gate. This iron gate looks like it's concealing the biggest secret in the universe. Theatrical poster. You notice Mrs. Trude is missing from the poster. Perhaps her skeletal appearance, frightful hair, long nails, and tattered clothes aren't the best recipe for a box office hit. Damn, okay. Little car! Look at it, it's so cute! This is a car specifically made in Belobog. The hood is letting off a dry heat unique to an engine that's going at full throttle. That's... Sorry. Sorry, I just parked here for a bit. I'll move it right away. But please don't give me a ticket. That's not going to cut it. I do things by the book. Oh, I see. This is just a small token. Please kindly accept it, miss. The resident in front of you swiftly hands over a hefty amount of credits, then bolts from the scene without a trace. That isn't what you meant at all. Right or wrong, you did receive some unexpected cash. Let's just say you've accepted the fine on behalf of the guards. Yo, 5,000 credits? I just took a bribe, and I am not a police officer. Also, he didn't move the car. In some worlds, minors are not allowed to drive. It must be the same here for safety reasons, you think. Leela, a zoologist. You look special. Do you mean I'm very pretty? Well, besides the hair, you appear to be normal. But the way you dress isn't the norm around here. Those patterns are rarely seen, and there's no trace of petroleum jelly on those clean fingers and face of yours. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. My name is Leela. I'm a writer for The Voyager. I'm also a zoologist. Oh, yes, I've just been rambling on. You probably haven't read the Underground Encyclopedia of Zoology, right? These interesting books on zoological science can't be found on the market, so here, take these 2 books. Read them when you have the time. What creatures are there in Belobog? Cats and dogs. There are wolves and birds in the wild. That's about it. You'll have to check out the museum specimens to see what other kinds of animals there were in the past. I heard that hundreds of years ago, Belobog had domesticated bears, and dire wolves roamed the wild. They're no longer around, though. But I believe there are other animals out there that survived the eternal freeze. I just have no way to prove it. Now, I have no choice but to study humans. Did you know that humans in Belobog have at least 3 different origins? But you don't seem like you belong to any of them. That's why I was so surprised back then. You're right, I'm an alien. Ha, I must have been researching too much. Ever since I got my hands on that book, my head's been in the clouds. What book? This Underground Encyclopedia of Zoology was apparently brought back from the underground by a Silvermane guard. It talks about a lot of strange creatures. Ever since finishing the book, I couldn't stop thinking about what these animals must look like. I really want to know more about these crystalline lizards, Geomeral alms, Funeral worms? I want to know what they eat, how they reproduce, everything. Why don't you go look for them? I've been outside the city a few times for journalism, but there wasn't enough spare time to do ecological research on them. But recently I met a benefactor who's willing to finance my expedition, as long as his requirements are met. He's even willing to take care of the expedition permits, and formalities as well. I'm already making preparations for the expedition. If you see any rare species in the future, remember to tell me about them. Underground Encyclopedia. Crystalline Lizard. In old legends, crystalline lizards were thought to be the soldiers of Mine Mama. Crystalline lizard is a cold-blooded reptile found in the underground mines. As it matures into adulthood, their leathery scales will produce crystalloid, which will vary in color depending on the region, temperature, and health of the lizard. Experts have pointed out that crystalline lizards expel geomarrow and other minerals from their salt glands through the osmotic pressure in the body. The crystalloid is a byproduct of regulating the osmotic balance of body fluids. The randomness of the crystalloid color has sparked a wave of collectors who are willing to pay exorbitant price for wild crystalline lizards with a rare color. This has caused an ecological imbalance in the mines. In the past, many pest outbreaks have been tied to the decline in the crystalline lizard population. In response, Belobog has prohibited the hunting of wild crystalline lizards. The alkaloids in the body fluid of the crystalline lizard are often used in pharmaceutical. Right? This body fluid is dissolved in water and made into a spray. When the spray is applied to a patient, the droplets reach the pulmonary alveoli via the upper respiratory tract and are shown to drive out mineral dust in the lung via the bronchi, preventing the dust from entering the interstitial lung and lymph nodes. I don't know what a lot of those are. Researchers, however, do not understand fully how this process works. Thus, it is common for underworld doctors to breed crystalline lizards in captivity, but they don't have any value to the collectors. Geomarrow Olm. This amphibian survives solely on pure energy. Geomarrow Olm? What is Olm? Is that like a thing? Olm? A pale-skinned, blind salamander with external gills, which live in limestone caves in southeastern Europe. Okay. Geomarrow Olm is an amphibian that burrows near underground water sources. With white and pink feathery scales, its highly developed hearing and smell make up for its degraded vision. It is able to survive both on land and in the water. According to the Geomarrow Development Group, populations of Geomarrow Olm were always found near large mines, for reasons unknown. People assumed that these olms fed on geomarrow, hence the name. Biologists have pointed out that the Geomarrow Olms live in an environment lacking in food. These severe environments cause them to evolve into organisms with superior metabolism and antioxidant capacity. They are capable of surviving without food for up to 10 years due to their slow metabolism and limited movement. However, it is scientifically reasonable to assume that they could survive more than 15 years without feeding. So experts believe that it is more likely that their feeding behaviors are hard to observe, rather than draw the conclusion that they feed on geomarrow. The Geomarrow Olms, by nature, are afraid of and reside away from the humans in darker and more moist areas. The Geomarrow Olms... Oh, I already read that. Funeral worm. When it's time to bury a corpse, these worms never pass up the opportunity for a feast. Funeral worms are a subspecies of Coleoptera.
Coleoptera.
Oh. Coleoptera. An order of insects that comprises the beetles, including weevils, and forms the largest order of animals on the earth. Beetles. Funeral worms are a subspecies of Coleoptera, commonly found in underground caves. They range in lengths of up to 3.5 centimeters, with an average length of 1.2 centimeters. They are usually black and orange in appearance. Their flat, soft bodies allow them to crawl under animal carcasses. After discovering a potential animal carcass, they gather in swarms around the body. They spend a great deal of time confirming that the animal is dead before they dig the ground beneath to decompose it. Funeral worms observing a dead animal is similar to attending a funeral, hence the name. Some biologists have suggested their unique habits may be related to creatures who barely move, like the Geomero olm. If they misjudge prey, they might become prey themselves. Funeral worms are one of the most important parts of underground ecology, breaking down carcasses and feces of a wide range of animals. They are also commonly found in cemeteries and bat caves. Crystal scorpion. Crystal scorpions don't have crystals. Isn't it common knowledge? Adult crystal scorpions are almost entirely covered with highly transparent carapaces. Growing up to 5 or 6 centimeters long, the body is clearly segmented into two, head and thorax, and the abdomen. There are 6 pairs of appendages on the head and the thorax. The first pair is used for feeding. The second is a pair of threatening, crab-like claws for attacking and defending, and for tactile purposes. The remaining appendages are all used for movement. At the abdomen is the scorpion tail, which is bent forward and poisonous. The venom is not lethal to humans, but will cause a burning sensation. The transparent carapace, for which the crystal scorpion is famous, turns out to be a mimicry of Geomero, and is not some expensive crystal. While Geomero dust is processed from the body, it assimilates with the hard shell to form this unique transparent shell. With its help, crystal scorpions can feed on crystal lizards who live near Geomero. During the period in which crystal lizards were hunted by collectors, crystal scorpions were also hunted. As a result, their population was reduced significantly to the point where they're now considered a rare and endangered species. They are traded at high prices in underground markets. Mad moles. I can't help but wonder what would happen if I had the misfortune of stumbling into their burrow while exploring the dark depths of a cave. The mad moles have stout, powerful limbs and well-developed claws, which are good for digging. However, they would much prefer to use their head and teeth. Their eyes are completely defunct, with little or no vision. They have no outer ear, and the ear shell is a small fold of skin around the ear hole. With short tails that are slightly longer than their hind feet, the moles are usually bare or a little hairy. Perhaps people once thought they fed primarily only on plant roots, but it is now common knowledge that they are omnivorous. Ecologists have discovered that mad moles have a number of distinct characteristics that are detrimental to the species' survival. Now, researchers believe that the rapid spread of fragmentum is at the root of these characteristics. Mad moles appear to be more sensitive to the specific substance in fragmentum than other species. As a result, they have become extremely aggressive, with the ability to swarm and devour mammals several or even dozens times their size. Then, it is the never-ending hell of survival. Mad moles rarely leave their burrows, but keep expanding them because of 2 factors. First, mad moles have a severe sensitivity to specific substances in the surface atmosphere, making it impossible for them to survive outside of their burrows. Second, fragmentum hastens the deterioration of their limited habitat. As a result, mad moles must keep searching for new habitats underground. If an unfortunate creature were to fall into its burrow, the moles would eat it. If there were no such creatures, they would eat each other. There will always be a massive pile of bones in the mad moles' burrows. However, their remarkable reproductive capacity more than compensates for their low survival qualities. Even if the mad mole population is artificially reduced to a very small number, it can still quickly recover after a few months. There was once an unfortunate miner who used to hear the moles scurrying behind the wall every night as he slept. He would experience chronic hallucinations and nightmares. Even when clear-headed, he would mumble in a language that no one could understand. Fortunately, the large burrow was connected to the stove in the kitchen. One night, soot, which hadn't been completely burned out, caught on fire and exterminated the mad moles. That miner was saved from a gruesome fate. Rock crab. There's no way this critter could have nearly destroyed Belobog. The rock crab, a mix between a shrimp and a crab, likes to live inside rocks, and many of them use hard rocks as a shell for protection. According to research, the rock crab originally lived along the coastal regions. They were oceanic creatures that would dig through rocks to lay their eggs, then return to the sea. After the Ice Age, the rock crabs bred in large numbers and moved underground to the warmer Belobog, causing massive tunnel collapses as they migrated. During this period, they were known as tunnel rock crabs. However, for reasons unknown, their population declined significantly, almost to the point of extinction. Nowadays, rock crabs are considered a gourmet meal in the underworld. Although the crab is rare and difficult to obtain, the delicious texture of its meat make a star ingredient in the underground. They'll usually steam the crab, but there are many other variations that are loved by residents. Stir-fried crab meat with hammer peppers, salt-baked rock crab, and much more. Rock crab powder can also be combined with a variety of other ingredients for rich flavors. With the dwindling rock crab population nowadays, many people doubt the old rumor that every family eats crab. God, I'm learning so much. Outlying snow plains. Okay, so that is another danger area. This town is too big. Okay, I'm gonna visit this place later. I'm itching for plot. There's nothing special about this mailbox, but you feel like something's wrong. You look at it carefully again and see a white letter hidden in its shadow. Take it away quietly. You take the envelope. The envelope reads, "To Carl Iyer, room B03, building 35, 6th Street, Administrative District." You open the letter, okay, which reads, "Dear Mr. Carl Iyer, your work documents for this month are with me. Don't worry, they are quite safe. If you want them returned to you in the same condition, hide 100 shield within the shaft of the fishing rod inside the chest, locked by your wife on the top of your wardrobe. At 3 p.m. this Saturday, leave your home with the fishing rod and I will contact you again. Feel free to tell your wife about this, but refrain from raising the alarm, unless you want your achievements for the month to become confetti. I'm not sure your boss or your wife would like that to happen." Holy shit. That's a ransom note. Alright.
So, this friend of mine.
Trash can. A trash can. Don't get close without courage.
So tired. I just want to put my head on a pillow and drift off. Seems like the first day of our trailblazing expeditions is always pretty eventful, huh, Dan Hung?
Yeah, it's because you've got too much energy.
They're so cute. They're a really cute duo. Alright, Alright, I know I said I would read the first chapter of whatever, but
Wow, what a beautiful lobby.
I've read so much.
It's gonna be soft mattresses and cushiony pillows tonight. Wanna have a pillow fight later? Huh? I bet they're stuffed with goose feathers.
March. Earlier in Klipoth Fort.
Stop, I know what you're gonna say. March, you said too much back there. March, you shouldn't reveal our goal to people we don't trust. Meanwhile, you guys were beating around the bush and speaking in riddles. But check it out. Seems like we landed with a pretty sweet deal, right? We get the royal treatment, rooms in a beautiful hotel, and the full support of the locals. As far as trailblazing goes, this is smooth as heck.
That's not what I was going to say.
All right, spit it out then.
Earlier in Klipoth Fort, were you paying attention to the Supreme Guardian?
Yeah, of course. This isn't my first expedition, you know. My powers of perception are sharper than the sharpest blade.
Am I the only one that didn't notice anything?
Nope, she seemed normal to me too. She was kinda harsh at first, but she turned out to be a nice, reasonable lady. Although, it felt like she was looking through me. As in, I know she was speaking to us, but it seemed like her gaze was fixed on something far away.
I had a similar feeling. Almost as if we weren't the only people in the room.
Do you have to put it like that? That's scary.
It must have been the Invisible Man.
Well, there's no way he'd get past Dan Heng's sharp eyes.
Perhaps I'm too sensitive. She did promise to help us. I just hope she keeps her word. Let's get some rest. We need to save our energy for the discussions tomorrow.
Alright.
Is there anything left to do? We're meeting the Guardian tomorrow. There won't be any time for sightseeing.
Wait, like... Oh, man. Okay, I'll explore more tomorrow. Alright, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Let's go say hi to Velvet. Thanks for hanging out. Oh my god, I read so much. I'm never talking again. Alright, I'll see you folks later at some point. I don't know when. The schedule is all over the place right now. Bye!